Welcome back to Beards and Brews. This week's review is going to be Mortal Kombat, fellas. What'd you think?
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get this out there right now. There is no way I can watch this movie and not have like a nostalgic attachment to it. This is one of the movies that I've watched in my life more than any other. I've as a kid, teenager, I watched this movie so many times that I don't know. I just can't not love it.
I'm gonna piggyback on Chandler. The nostalgia is there. As soon as the fucking movie starts, that Mortal Kombat fight starts, and you're just like immediately into it.
Was that The Life Aquatic again?
Not yet. But then the actors show up and they start doing their quote unquote acting, and all I could do was go, this fucking movie.
Yeah, this movie doesn't play around. Like, I rewatched this with the mindset of like, hey, I remember when I was a 90s kid, like, what did I want to see? And the movie just knocks it out of the park immediately. You just have the coolest theme ever. You got the fucking logos. You got fire. It's just like, you're already in the mood. And then, like, people start talking. I'm just like, man.
The soundtrack to this movie is pretty incredible. If you're into, like, the mid-90s, like, industrial rock or, like, heavy techno kind of stuff, it's pretty incredible.
This movie's biggest flaw, and not flawless victory, is the fact that they pad it so goddamn hard. It takes 40 minutes for this movie to movie.
It's like what the Super Mario Brothers movie struggled with. They try to ground this fucking thing in reality. And like everybody watched this movie is like, I don't fucking care. I just want to see some ass whipping.
Yeah, not for 40 minutes.
And unfortunately, like, we get the gentleman from, like, Beverly Hills Ninja as a star. What is his deal, man? Like, he has the
What are you talking about?
SWAT, Liu Kang.
Liu Kang? Okay, I've never seen Beverly Hills Ninja, so, I don't know. Yeah, Liu Kang was fine.
No, he wasn't. Like, Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage were just all cardboard cutouts. It was so weird to see Liu Kang just, like, play this movie with a big smile on his face and just saying words. Because they weren't lines. He was just saying stuff.
Dude, no one had lines. They had quips. They would quip something, there would be a retort, they would move to the next scene.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage only had one-liners.
He sees Liu Kang on, like, the docks. It's like, hey, man, hey, I'm racist. Come fucking get my bags.
But that's okay for the Johnny Cage character, not for every single character. And I'm not saying that the guy that played Johnny Cage did a good job in that role, because he's fucking boring. And number two, what the fuck? He's fighting in a button-up shirt and khakis. Like, this dude showed up to shoot, and they were like, "Where's wardrobe?" Ah, now you're good.
Okay, actually, what are you talking about there?
We're talking about how his pants have way too many pleats. It's the 90s, I get it, but damn.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about when he was fighting in the movie that's in the movie. At the
No.
very beginning.
In the entire film, he's just wearing a dress shirt, fully buttoned and tucked, along with a pair of nice trousers, hard-pressed pleats, and a belt. This man, I mean...
Brooks Brothers paid a lot of money for that sponsorship.
Brooks Brothers, good lord. But like all the intros to these characters, the three that we just mentioned, they're fucking solid. They're pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
But like, as soon as their fucking lips start flapping, I'm just like, damn it! Now I just have to wait for something cool to happen.
All right. Pretty much, the movie starts out. We get a glimpse of Liu Kang having a dream where Shang Tsung, the big bad of the movie, kills his brother.
Dude, I don't get it. Like, why in the fuck did Shang Tsung come to Earthrealm to murder a child? He doesn't, like, he's provoking the hero. Had he just left the kid alone, Liu Kang would have never even been interested.
See, I was under the impression that, I could be wrong. I don't know. I was under the impression that Chan actually went to last year's tournament and, lost his life there.
I don't know about that because, like,
That was at the Shaolin Monk Temple.
Yeah, because, like, Liu Kang wakes up and he, like, walks to his dresser and he has, like, a telegraph that he got, like, a couple days ago.
Can we talk about the telegram?
Or he's just like, yo man, he dead. We're like, oh.
Brother dead. Dot. Dot. Return home. Dot. 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 Grandfather.
It's just like saying stuff. Like I said, there's no lines. It's just stuff.
I felt like Simon Cowell watching this film. I was just spiteful at it the entire time. But don't get me wrong. There's bits that happen, and you know some literally some, not all, not most. Some of the fighting is good.
The next introduction we have is to Sonya Blade and Jax. Jax is her partner. They're busting into this metal concert trying to find Kano. Evidently, Kano killed her former partner, and she's trying to get revenge on him.
That's all the character motivations are, except for Johnny Cage. Just like revenge, just the most basic form of it.
Well, the only reason Johnny Cage is there is to revitalize his career. He's like, yeah, go to this boat, maybe go to this tournament. If you win, you might get a new movie contract.
Yeah, but that's the least context out of everybody, because, you know, revenge is simple. We get it. We go cut to Johnny Cage. He's filming a scene. It's like, oh, hey, look, you're my mentor. Fucking, what are you doing here? I got this thing for you. Okay, man, gotcha. Who is this guy?
Kumite. You know, and they're just gonna show up and he's gonna be like, Noxu Cow, and he'd be like, what's that? And he's like, it's the White Warrior, and he's like, that's me. I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, Johnny Cage.
I am Haru from the Takagura Dojo.
Did you guys like the little, you know, fake Spielberg cameo?
Oh yeah, that was absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I'd never noticed it until this viewing that guy is so much supposed to be Steven Spielberg.
I feel like it's got to be a jab from Paul Anderson. He's the guy who did all the Resident Evil movies, and he's banging Mila Jovovich. He's that guy. He's the guy that made this movie. I feel like there's a little bit of jealousy there, because looking at his filmography, I'm just like, damn, dumpster fire.
All right, so they all now are going to be enlisted in this tournament. Why are they enlisted in the tournament? No one fucking knows, because Johnny Cage is like, I want to do it for fame. Sonya's like, well, Kano's getting on this boat, and I'm going to follow him because Kano's a bad guy. Grr.
Not to nitpick, but like, we discussed that amazing telegram that Liu Kang got, but as soon as he arrives, which the telegram asked him to come home, they're just like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, that's weird. What? You ran away from home. You should just go away now. Go back to America. Get that Big Mac.
Yeah, you've watched too much TV. Grr. And then Raiden shows up, and by Raiden I mean Highlander.
Yeah.
I only know him as Raiden, so...
Oh, you haven't seen... Oh, man, there can be only one, my dude.
Dude, for sure. Like, I want to play the whole fucking Highlander soundtrack now.
100% Queen got Freddie Mercury on the team.
That's
the only Highlander that I know about is Elder Dragon Highlander in Magic the Gathering.
Well, let's just say, unless you chop off their head, then they ain't dead. There can be only one. Sean Connery.
All right.
Round one, fight. But yeah, he arrives back at the Shaolin Temple, and Raiden's there, and this is like the dumbest fucking interaction I've ever seen in a film. He's like, you're not real. He's like, I got sparkly eyes, and he goes, I guess I'm on board now.
I thought you were going to bring up that little, I don't even want to call it like a kerfuffle between Liu Kang and Raiden. You were here, why didn't you help protect my brother? And then Raiden's like, well, why didn't you? I was like, what kind of fucking line is that? That's not your fucking...
You are the god of thunder. I was in America. Why did you let him murder my fucking brother?
The line that gives me problems is, he's like, why do you want to fight in the tournament? And he's like, because Shang Tsung killed my brother. He's like, that can't be your only reason. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I've got to fight for the fate of the world.
The dialogue in this movie is some hot fucking ass. Like, straight up.
Yeah, like every time somebody says something, you just like picture like a really long pause and somebody coughing in the background, like that kind of fucking awkwardness.
Now, do you know who has fucking amazing dialogue in this film?
Kano?
Kano is the fucking shining star of this film, and they kill him.
I was watching it the other day, and I was firing off text to you fellas. I was like, dude, this guy's great.
He's in fucking phenomenal shape. His accent is extraordinary, and he has, for his style of fighting as a thuggish brute, he looks great in his fight scene. And then they fucking kill him. He even gets like this whole big exchange with Goro and all this stuff, and he's fucking amazing.
It's such a cheap move because he does have that like little moment with like lunch with Goro, so you think he's gonna be like more of like a boss type character, and then like 2 minutes later he's just like
dead in the first round.
That's rough, buddy.
But yeah, our three main characters go to the dock, this Hong Kong dock, and they're supposed to wait on this this big boat.
Like all these other huge fishing boats around, they're, I guess, impressive, and they're thinking like, well, the same kind of boat's gonna come get us. And this fucking wicker dragon just starts pooping by through the fog. I'm just like, is that the best you've got?
Okay, it's a rickety boat. It's, for some reason, emanating smoke, and every one of the sails are, like, torn up. They're, like, moth-eaten.
Like, how does this boat work? It just does.
Yes. Magic.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all of Shang Tsung's slaves. They've got, like, oars in the bottom that you can't see.
Maybe, because they go below deck later in the film, and the below deck is like a fucking warehouse. Like, how does that work? Why are there metal pipes all in this fucking boat?
It's almost like a Far East TARDIS, because the inside was way bigger than the outside, for whatever
like
reason.
My dick.
Wait, what?
How's that work? You tuck it? You push it back in? What happens?
It's complicated. That's all I'll say.
We'll leave it there.
But yeah, Sonya sees Kano and tries to follow him downstairs. And of course, the two young gentlemen that she's just met, Liu Kang and Johnny Cage, want to give her backup or whatever.
Somehow instantly buddies, and they know to follow her. She fucking pressed a gun to his throat. I would have been like, fuck that bitch.
Like, this whole thing doesn't make sense character-wise. Like, Liu Kang there, he sees Shang Tsung, the guy who killed his brother. He makes no attempt on the guy. Sonya Blade sees the guy who killed her partner, makes no attempt on the guy, and it's just like, okay.
Well, they just needed a reason to show off the real stars, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who fucking saunter in the room like they're gonna do something.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Blue Scorpion, let's go.
I mean, Yellow Sub-Zero.
All right, so jokes aside, he grabs the gun that Sonya has, breaks it, looks pretty cool, practical effect. Scorpion has this... And Scorpion, growing up, was my dude. Like, I had a sibling, I was Scorpion, he was Sub-Zero, has been that way, will always be that way. I'm watching this, and I go, the fuck is that? Why does he have a weevil in his hand? What's that?
He's got like a prison wallet in his hand. It's kind of weird.
He's fucking keystring it in his hand. Like, it makes sense.
In the game, it's like a metal chain rope kind of thing that you can send out. But
yeah,
in this, it's almost like it's living.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's like a Venus flytrap or something.
It's fucking dumb. It looks like some kind of goblin from the labyrinth. You remind me of the Babe, and it comes spiraling out of his hand. Even the first time I saw this movie, I had issue with it.
He doesn't even use it. Like, Sub-Zero freezes the gun, breaks it off. You get like a little hint of his power, but like Scorpion's just like, man, look what I've got.
Yeah, just like here. I'll stick this on your pee-pee.
I don't know. It was dumb. I didn't like it. Raiden shows up and says, I don't think so. He literally waves his finger like some sassy diva and is like, I don't think so. And then everyone backs down. Dumb.
Well, it makes their presence completely moot. Like, why the fuck do you need us to fight in Mortal Kombat? He said the word. When you can literally just like fucking thunderstrike these dudes.
Yeah,
like, it makes no sense.
I kind of thought about that too.
But then you're like, man, I'm thinking I should do that.
I don't know. Like, I've always kind of thought, why doesn't Raiden just fight?
He's a playable character in the fucking game.
For a moment, there's like a offhanded line like between him and Shang Tsung, like, oh, you can't come to this, whatever. Like, okay, maybe like they'll go the full length, like, well, when he's on the island or while he's fighting, he can't use his powers, i.e., Mortal Kombat. But really, the rules are so loose for this fucking shindig. Like, he could just murdered him off and save him.
I have a note for that. What the fuck are the rules? Like, they keep talking about these rules, but people are showing up with bow staffs. They're showing up with fucking glaives. Kano's got a knife. And like shit's cool. They're just like, whatever, man, let it ride.
I think they're
Yeah,
more
there's
like guidelines.
If
Okay.
someone showed up with her gun, could they have said anything? They have a man who can literally fire a living creature out of his hand, and another dude who can like freeze you and bust you into little pieces, which he does to show people that he can do it.
Yeah, and it's all under the logic that like they're operating in this realm, but clearly Sub-Zero and Scorpion are not from this particular place, well, Earth. What we're trying to get at is like this movie is trying to logic too much. Like, just get to the ass kicking, just fucking have fun with it, so we can have fun with it.
Yeah, but when you think about it, Sonya Blade has 0 special powers. Liu Kang,
I know of 2 special powers that she has.
they complement those very well in the film. Every time she's knocked down, let's just zoom in.
It just cuts to Adam Sandler from Billy Madison. Just,
And then fucking Johnny Cage, who's just a normal fucking guy fighting superhuman people. They fight a fucking dude that has 4 arms and is 10 feet tall, made of muscle.
You know, you just got to show that you can outsmart him. You know?
yeah, he's got 4 balls.
I'm really glad that he had any balls at all, because, you know, a mutant or whatever he is, some kind of monster, you don't know.
Oh, yeah, it could be like a ball chin.
Damn it. Okay, I don't want to, like, again, I'm trying not to bash on this movie too much. There are some good bits, but the first fight that we're gifted is Liu Kang fighting...
No, the first fight that we have is Sub-Zero versus the Jobber.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah, at the banquet.
They have everybody here to witness this fight. Like, all, like, the random fucking NPCs, just everybody. And it's over in 4 seconds. And none of the rest of the fights are ever this formal or
They have
fancy. And
everyone present to witness a murder. That's all. That dude never stood a chance. He's not even an enemy. He's one of Shang Tsung's fucking goons.
Yeah, make sure you do a whole lot of grunting, too, when you're letting him charge up his ice.
No one is shocked by this. No one.
Like, he was just trying to get in the mood to be turned into a snowball.
Okay, let's say me, you, and Chandler were on this island. We were chosen to fight.
Which one am I?
You are Sonya. You're the sexy one.
Hell yeah.
We were chosen to watch these people or partake in these fights. We just watched a man turn another man literally to ice and shatter him instantly. Bro, we lose.
I would sort of just be like, whoa, time out. The brochure said Liu Kang's luau. This is some poor shit. I'm done.
Yeah, like, I would just be confused. Like, how come they have magic powers? And I can punch him, he can punch me, but now he can turn me to ice.
Well, what does Sonya Blade have in the video game? I don't even remember. I never played her.
She's got that little pink pew thingy, and she has the square wave punch where she jumps up into the air, flies across the screen, and comes down. And then she also has that leg grab that she kills Kano with.
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean,
But she still has fire, especially in like the later games and stuff. Like, she has guns, she has turrets, she has all kinds of cool stuff. Like equipment. She has equipment.
Yeah, she's like the Batman.
She got a gun. She never uses it.
Yeah. Like, she's basically like Mortal Kombat Sarah Connor.
Ooh, very good. She's very Sarah Connor in this outfit too.
Yeah. I also noticed like they try to make her like she's clearly not like a fighter or a martial artist, but like they could have asked her like to put on a little bit of bulk in the movie because she just just looks like a regular lady.
Okay, thank you. That is big complaint number 2. I have it here in caps. Kano and Sonya have a fight. Kano is fucking ripped. He is every bit of 230 solid muscle. Sonya Blade is 120 to 130 pounds of average woman.
And like she even went into that battle unarmed, which is weird because Kano walks out. I was just like, now this is a knife. And then Brandon's just a giant fucking dagger. I'm just like, what has she got? What is she going to do to this man? But it's okay. She's wearing a nice thick plate of plot armor.
That's what it is. That's another big thing that breaks my heart about this film is I know that people are supposed to be killing people. It's Mortal Kombat, but people don't really die. Like it's fucking weird.
Yeah, I think they try to simplify this movie because you have a game with like a full roster of characters, but you can't have a movie focusing on too many. So they picked like I guess 3 of the favorites, I guess, and just try to work with that and just kind of try to whittle it down as the movie goes along. But Kano, he's so I don't want to say lovable, but he's like the most interesting of like the cast members so far, besides like Shang Tsung and stuff like that. He's
Shang
so
Tsung does a good job.
the charisma. Yeah, the charisma is just like off the scale. And I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool if, like, instead of having him die like that in just most ridiculous fashion, you know, be like a Benedict Arnold and flip sides and just like help the good guys, like behind the scenes, you know?
Run off and, you know, plague them continuously instead of the reptile character.
Yeah, like he could be the guy who's like punch him in the nuts, you know, like he's got 30 goddamn dicks, you know.
Yeah.
You mentioned a minute ago that you know, not too many people actually die. In that scene with Kano and Sonya, Shang Tsung actually tells Kano, you know, I don't want you to actually hurt her, just humiliate her.
Yeah.
He comes out with a knife.
Yeah. Like, what's he going to humiliate her?
I don't know.
Like, sure, if she's going to bleed out on the beach, that's pretty humiliating.
That just plays off how loose the rules are.
I think the rules are more or less constricting the structure of the tournament rather than what actually happens in each individual fight. I think the rules are pretty loose when the fight happens, but as far as the structure goes and, you know, what you have to do to win the tournament, I think that's pretty much set in stone.
But Johnny Cage is walking through an apple grove and gets attacked.
I was just thinking about that because, like, you go to the Olympics and they have a place specifically for what they do, but they also have like apartments and like all the, you know, the athletes stay at. This motherfucker just like wandered off into an orchard that doesn't make sense to be on that island at all.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know, where is this island geographically?
In the ocean.
Correct. I know we start out in Hong Kong and then we go in some direction. We don't know because the compass doesn't work.
All right, once they go through the fog bank, they're in uncharted waters. Who knows? But fucking, we get like some stupid exposition that Katana is 10,000 years old and she can't team up with the Allies no matter what, even though she immediately teams up with the Allies. And we get a jump scene, and by jump scene I mean the good guys get jumped at this banquet, and fuck if this choreography is not awful. Like, there are late falls, there are bad jump kicks.
There's waiting to get punched.
Yeah, it's real rough to watch, especially with a critical eye.
Okay, like at best it's fine. At best it's fine, but the movie blows its load by using the theme song right here.
Oh yeah. What killed me is the fact that they stole a scene from Ninja Turtles. You know, they beat up a couple Foot Clan guys, and then Raph's like, I sure wish there was some more of them. And then all the Foot Clan come storming in. They do exactly that. They beat up these 3 dudes, and Raiden's like, well, what about those guys? And they're like, Kia! And it was like, you guys just ripped off Ninja Turtles.
And also, Raiden's no help.
Zero fucking help.
No, he was just like, I don't think so, you know, not yet. That was his help. He's like, no, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna just, you know, let you guys go. Go on.
My finger, and it's gonna sparkle, and everyone's like, I guess I don't want to get touched with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, Thunder Fingers? That's disgusting.
And this is literally like the 40-minute mark. The tournament.
We've had 2 matches so far.
But we're in that realm of just like
sanctioned.
How do we know what's sanctioned?
Liu fucking Shang Tsung sitting there going, fight. That's, you know.
It does not matter.
Liu Kang fights some random dude with a stick. They both have bow staffs. Who the fuck, number one, is this guy?
No idea.
Unimportant. He is not a character from the movie whatsoever. He's not a character from the game. He shows up and literally has a probably 6 to 7 minute fight scene. He is just a random dude.
He's not even like a putty patrol.
Yeah, I've got to side with Brady. It takes a ridiculously long time for someone who doesn't have a name, so I'm just going to chalk this up to he who couldn't be licensed.
Fair. Fuck, he had the cool, like, whip around hair. He could have just been like Cyrax or Sector.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait a minute. This movie came out in '95, so 2 years after the first game. I don't think there were characters yet.
Ooh, Baraka would have been fucking tight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, he's super popular too. Like, it would have pissed a bunch of people off. Like, they killed my favorite character, but hey, at least you would have known who he was.
I mean, Liu Kang doesn't even kill him. Shang Tsung does, and Shang Tsung wouldn't have had to kill him. He could have been like, you failed me for the last time, Baraka. You're Tarkatan kind, or blah, 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 blah. Back to that world, you. And he's just like, shucks, guys. And fucking wanders off.
Pretty much Liu Kang just, like, wins the match by kicking him in the stomach. And he's like, ugh.
Man, kidneys are soft. You gotta be careful.
But this makes no sense to me, the fact that he got all this screen time. Like, I was like, is this guy the fight choreographer? Or maybe a friend of the producer? Does he have an in? Why is he getting, like, that's the question that came to my mind. It's unimportant. I'm just saying that's what came to me.
I think he's just filler for the movie, because, like, even if, like, you look at the tower of, like, the fighters and stuff like that, it wouldn't have mattered if he was in the movie or not.
Fair enough. Shang Tsung sucks his soul out.
I mean, that's what you get. You lose the fight, you lose your soul. Like, I got that, but, like, there's no point. It's whatever. We have an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah. And then you get Sonya versus Kano. Hello, baby. Did you miss me?
What's all this thing?
Best line in the fucking
I
film.
think you went a little bit too English and a little bit less Australian there, Eric.
I think I'm in a pickle. I don't know.
Michael Caine.
Yeah, you're fucking Austin Powers or something.
Dude, I'm having some real problems with my accents. Acid knife. Yeah, just Crocodile Dundee it.
I just let your
You just
partner know. Yeah?
You brought up earlier, like, Kano was supposed to, like, not kill her, but just, like, do something or whatever. It was like,
Yeah, just humiliate.
why does he have the knife? He just, like, want to bring it out and just be like, hey, isn't this embarrassing? Like, what is that for?
I'm gonna cut your top off and let your titties booble everywhere.
I mean, that would work.
Then Shang Tsung's like, doesn't she have a nice rack? Nice rack, nice rack.
Billy Madison just shows up in the background.
All the Kano gets his neck broken. It's like, I bet you thought I was dead, like that fucking clown.
But whenever she snapped my neck, I just got a hemorrhage in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so long story short, Sonya breaks Kano's neck and just leaves him there, and, Shang Tsung takes his soul, as you do.
I want to say why, but we know why. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. And quick cut to Johnny Cage strolling through a fucking apple orchard. Why is there an apple orchard? Who fucking knows?
I bet, like, they came across this location and they're just like, huh, you know what would be cool?
Now, I will say this about this film. The practical effects are good. The sets are fucking great. I love the sets. Like, whenever this fight escalates and they go to Scorpion's lair or what the fuck ever, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that is.
Hell? Question mark? I don't know.
Yeah, so we got Johnny Cage versus Scorpion in this, like you said, it's like an orchard in the off season or something along those lines, and it's a pretty cool fight.
I mean, is it a fight though? Like, before they get to, like, the hell part or whatever, they just...
Oh no, before they get to it, no, not at all.
Yeah, this whole orchard scene is just like Johnny Cage just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. It's just like...
Yeah, they're really just trying to show off that little thing that comes out of Scorpion's hand. That's all they're trying to do.
Ugh, eye roll. Like,
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have just let him have a regular fucking harpoon or a little dagger or something that, flung into him and hit him, and he got to do the classic fucking combo. Like, he sticks Johnny Cage somewhere where it's not important. Like, on the shoulder, it's just a flesh wound, it's an action movie. He pulls him over, hits him with an uppercut.
Over here!
And then
Yeah,
everyone's like, yeah! Because that's what you did.
Yeah, but no, he runs away, and just so he can just see how long it was.
Yeah.
Like, haha, it's tied in a knot. Comedy.
It was a waste. And then he does get to do his, like, little shadow kick through Scorpion's teleport portal, and they wind up in hell. And this fight scene, again, it's not great,
Not
but
bad.
it's decent. The set sells it. Like, the coolest pieces of this fight are just environment based. Like, Scorpion gets knocked down, then Johnny Cage will get knocked down, and it's filmed from, like, a below, a top or a bottom up view, and you get to see whenever they hit the bottom of those planks, the dust falls out. I thought that was kind of cool.
there's levels, so you can go up and go down and everything. It seems like a pretty cool fight environment.
Well, you're onto something there, because what makes those other fights not work so hard is because it's just so wide open, and you can clearly tell like these people don't know how to fight. But this fight is like super close quarters, super tight, and you can get away with just like beating the shit out of each other, even though they don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's just block, hit, tight cut, cutaway, block, hit, cutaway, and then it's like a smack on the ground. It's nothing that would make you go, oh wow. And the whole add-on of Scorpion with the get down here, I remember laughing at that. I did again, not at it being funny, but just at it being kind of stupid. It's like Scorpion is this fucking ninja dude from God only knows where. Why is everything get here? Like get over here, get down here, come here.
That's his thing.
Yeah, he's like the dude from Godsmack, Sonny or whatever. The go away, get away. I'm doing the best I ever did by myself. Just.
So you think they're like long lost brothers? One get over here, one get away.
Exactly. They just need to hug it out.
But things happen. There's a convenient shield and like a spear or something that Johnny Cage grabs and throws it through Scorpion and slices a chunk off of his brain, and things happen.
This is. I started going, no. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, he throws a goddamn spear. Lava pours out. He turns into, the Wilhelm scream thing, and it looks like something from Jason and the Argonauts, but still looks better than Ghost Rider.
Oh man.
Marginally better than Ghost Rider.
You say that, but we forgot to mention that Johnny Cage was like, "Hey, I got your face." Okay.
Yeah. He chops like half his skull for that fucking shield. It's stupid. And then Scorpion, for whatever reason, implodes, blows up, and then they redeem the whole shit scene. That whole little sandwich of Scorpion exploding by the fire and the bits laying there. Fucking Johnny Cage's autograph floats down, signed, and I was like, yes.
That's a friendship.
Oh yeah.
But for the record, I know that scene looks pretty shitty, but I still love it. That's one of my favorite fights. Even including like the ooze, like the fucking lava or whatever it is that comes out of Scorpion for no reason at all, and the skull sliced off. I don't know. I seems get a kick out of it.
Given the context, the headspace that we're in to watch this movie, it's enjoyable, but like I do have a feeling like the director was just like, no, make this scene cooler. And the guys are just like, well, how? With coolness.
What's cooler than blood? Lava Man. No. Fuck out of here. It looks like trimmer goop.
Yes, he has to explode. No, it's pivotal.
Why does he explode? The lava's so hot, but when he just explodes, if he's just full of lava? No, it has to mix with oxygen.
He grabs the editor by the fucking his shoulders of his shirt or whatever. He's like, don't you fucking look at me.
But next we have Liu Kang versus Princess Katana, which isn't so much an actual fight as it is just an opportunity for Katana to give Liu Kang some like tips for his next fight.
Yeah, this is just like exposition, the fight.
Yeah, and maybe an opportunity for Liu Kang to get a little bit handsy with Katana. Can't blame him.
The most gentle hip toss ever. And that's what defeats her. He's like, and you're on the ground. Shang Tsung's like, that's enough. And Katana's like, you with me, Liu Kang. And they're all snuggling. What the fuck?
He says that's enough while she's just laying there in his arms.
I think that's rule number 5. You can't hurt anybody that's pretty.
Don't hit the women unless you're Kano.
Or is that like a hidden like fatality or something? You just snuggle, and if you're snuggled, you lose?
Oh, snuggality? Of course!
Snuggality.
I think we're onto something.
You should have started Bear from those Snuggle commercials.
Oh, Snuggle Bear. Speaking of Snuggle Bear, you got Buckets Raiden.
Yeah, the tip that she gives is use the element which brings life, which, like, everybody just immediately knows that's water, but Liu Kang needs to take a couple hours to figure that out.
This is just so dumb. The scene opens up with just, like, I kind of hoped it was a random dude just carrying water through the scene for no fucking reason, but I guess it wasn't. But, like, he takes so fucking long to realize what he has to do, and Sub-Zero's just like, Kamehameha.
Yeah,
I'm just like, dude, just kill him. I don't care anymore.
Did you guys watch the introduction to this fight? This shit was the most ridiculous. Liu Kang shows up and is like, what the fuck am I doing here? Raiden puts down some buckets. No one knows it's Raiden because he's sneaky Raiden. And then the way Sub-Zero comes down those fucking stairs, bro. He is sassy as fuck. He's like hips, 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 hips. Swaying like the fucking Kachita banana lady.
And like he's wasted too, because like the fight doesn't last very long. It takes longer for Liu Kang to figure out what to do than the fight itself, it feels.
Yeah. Sadly enough, this is an actual good fight scene. The choreography here is good. They get to do a lot of acrobatic things. Not so much, hitting one another, but to show off their actual physical prowess. There's some really cool jumps, a run-up-the-wall backflip, some tumbling mat stuff, and then suddenly Sub-Zero's like, I'm gonna take the big icy shit. Starts just
and it takes him so long to like charge up whatever he's about to do.
Like,
That's way longer than it should.
Out like there's an icicle going to jump out of his ass or something. Like he's just like. Ugh.
That's what I was saying. He's just over there conjuring for way too fucking long. He froze a gun in half like 30 minutes ago, no goddamn problem. And we have to mention, like, he died from his own powers.
Yeah, just like Scorpion, apparently his insides are made out of his special ability.
With dynamite? Because he fucking exploded.
Well, lava, so he blew up because he was too hot. And then Sub-Zero got stabbed in the gut, and I guess his cold leaked out and froze the rest of him. I was confused.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
just
not
like,
real sure how that works. While he's charging his laser, Liu Kang takes one of those buckets of water and just slings it at him, and it turns magically into a spear, and things happen.
I mean, Sub-Zero go burr, whatever.
It looks cool when he's making the little ice force field. I give it that. It's a neat idea to show it like pulse out, but what special move is he using? Because he's already used his ice power twice, and it's never required this.
I mean, at this point, it could just be like a new thing that he just learned like the day before. He just wanted to try it out.
Oh, he was just making an igloo.
So what do we got next? Next we got Goro, our introduction to Goro, which is this giant, like 9-foot tall, 4-armed monster who looks like an ugly Ninja Turtle.
He looks like an animatronic that's trying, so it's not bad. But like, we get to see this fight, and I think it's cool. Like I don't know, like,
it is cool. Like they do a good job in the tight shots with him.
They try their hardest to use what they have, but it's super fucking clunky, and all they have is just like close-up punch shots.
Okay, were you guys as confused as me? Like, they say his name, it's Art.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Like, not Jean-Claude, Jesus Christ. Fucking Johnny Cage is there, Sonya's there, and Liu Kang are there, and they watch as that 9-foot tall, 10-foot tall creature comes in and basically beats the fuck out of him. They're all screaming like, no! Art! No!
They're screaming like they're invested, like they never even fucking talked to the guy.
This fucking guy, yeah.
No, Johnny Cage, I guess he's a martial artist that Johnny Cage knew.
Yeah, they shared like 2 lines together, now they're fucking bros.
Yeah, back on the dock they had a conversation. Was like, yeah, you're like a known martial artist, I guess.
He's like, yeah, I know you. He's like, I know you too. Cool. No!
Yeah.
No. Even Sonya's screaming. She didn't have that conversation.
Yeah, I don't know. Women get emotional.
And then, please, he is holding him up with 2 arms, and he has the other 2 arms up, and he's like, raw, which looks really fucking cool because it's all practical. That is standing in front of you. It looks neat. And then Shang Tsung's like, finish him. And you're like, oh, shit. What the fuck can they come up with? He's got 4 arms. He can break him in half. He can rip him in 2. What's he gonna do,
rip his
dog?
fucking head off.
Chop!
I almost expected like that coconut sound, like the funk, just like it was so just juvenile.
It probably doesn't have a huge range of motion, or
Like, I can, in my head right now with an easy shot, all you'd have to do is get a picture, like a close-up of Goro's face screaming, raising the upper arms, and out word shot because they can show the body of him raising Art into the air by his legs, and then start to show it coming down, and then just add like a sickening thud, and be like, "Oh fuck, that would have been brutal."
Well, shit. I mean, if they could have done like the whole like backbreaker thing at that point, just like they could have that guy just like hung from some wires that could have painted out and just like have a dummy practically like break itself, so we wouldn't have to do anything.
Yes. Also, Art jump kicked him, and it landed.
Mhm.
And then Shang Tsung said flawless victory. That's
I know! I fucking noted that. There's another time, too. And I don't think Shang Tsung knows how the game works.
no. If you get hit, it is not a flawless victory.
No.
Well, he follows none of the rules that he made up, so don't worry about it.
It's like that punch doesn't count. Flawless victory. You lose.
Team America.
Yeah, just you lose.
So, yeah, like, we have a little snippet scene with Raiden again, and they're like, hey, we can't win. How do we win? And Raiden's just like, I don't know. There's probably a way.
Okay.
No, Raiden
Yeah.
turns into LeVar Burton from Reading the Rainbow.
Yes.
Hey, take a look. It's in a book. It's reading Rainbow. Because it's like, no, it's been inside you the whole time. And they're just like, okay, thanks.
They ask him questions, and he's not even cryptic. He's just like, and then they figure it out on their own. He's like, Liu Kang. He literally says this after doing nothing. He does fucking nothing. And Liu Kang comes up with some plan. And he's like, I can teach you no more, Liu Kang. And it's like, the fuck did you teach to begin with?
Yeah.
Well,
Like he has like a little rapport between Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. Like, this is what you have to do, whatever. And he just fucks off. And then like Liu Kang's just like, no, what about me? He's like, oh right, there's 3 of you. Well, see, I've already made it to the craft table. I'm gonna make this hoagie, but you got it.
Yes. And he's just like, I can teach you no more, as Liu Kang just sits down and eats like a nice pickle.
The Velasic.
Yeah. Fucking only the finest for Earthrealm.
Oh Lord. Look, Raiden is an alcoholic. He's been. This is the 10th time he's tried to save the world. So he's just trying to chill. He's like, yeah. This Togi's pretty boss though.
So Chandler, Goro versus Johnny Cage. Walk us through it.
All right. So, before he actually, goes into the fight with Goro, he tells Sonya, I can't let, one of them has to fight him. And he's like, I can't let what happened to Art happen to you. And she's just like, I don't think about you at all. That kind of thing. Like, don't fucking put that on me.
And Johnny Cage is like, but I'm doing this because you're hot. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. He's been flirting with her the whole movie. So they get in the ring, the same ring that Goro just walloped Art in. And Johnny moves straight out the gate, pulls out his special.
Just nut punch. Well,
Yeah.
this is after he crushes his sunglasses, though. That's an important key to note.
Yeah. Goro grabs his sunglasses and crushes them in one hand. Johnny Cage does that split move where he punches him square in the nuts. And Goro, being this like 8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot monster, just wails and wails for like a minute.
And
Eight
even,
I mean, I get it.
Foot bunch.
like even Shang Tsung was just like, dude, come on.
Yeah,
I still
stop playing
feel
around, chase them.
And balls.
I know the rules are loose, but I didn't know they were allowed to leave the fighting arena.
I just feel like it's all a fighting arena. Like, you had that giant orchard that, what's his name? Then they go to Outworld or Hell or wherever Scorpion's domain is. I feel like, it's kind of, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, but why wouldn't Raiden be like, hey guys, I snuck in some extra guns. These dudes can fucking shoot ice.
Just having that information and not being like, they can what? Just
Yeah, like
totally throws it
some
off.
absurd- you mean completely fucking blind to the situation. A man can take his face off and blow fire at you.
You still want to go? No, I don't.
This doesn't seem fair. But then he chases him up the fucking side of a mountain. Those were $500 glasses, asshole. and he fucking kicks him off the cliff. Goro is a punk bitch.
Like, I guess he's got like, I don't want to call it like a glass jaw, but like he goes down pretty quickly.
Well, it's because Johnny Cage was really mad because those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Dude, and he falls, and it's right up there with like Die Hard, Nakatomi Building.
No. It's at the end of RoboCop where the guy's arms are too long.
Yes, no, you're right. It's totally the RoboCop fall.
And it takes forever too. Like I know, like they're on top of some mountain that doesn't exist in any shot in the movie except for that one. But like he's just like,
Clowns.
yeah.
Like the clown took them way sooner, and I think everyone would have got it.
Yeah, so Goro dead.
Sonya gets snatched up and taken into some kind of like circular ball of goo that then transports them to quote unquote Outworld.
I guess.
What?
We're at the point where just like, I guess, just whatever.
Yeah.
Not important. Let's just keep rolling. Here we go.
Yeah, going to the Emperor's domain.
Yeah,
That's
and
where Raiden can't go.
why?
For what reason?
I don't know. It's not neutral ground. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Well, wait,
He's got some
it's not neutral ground.
lips. Did you see his lips? Peach as fuck.
But neutral ground doesn't make any sense either because they're fighting for the realm that Earth is in anyway. So that itself is its own entity. But you know what? Fuck it. They go to this new place and it's just Johnny Cage and Liu Kang and they're trying to buddy it out.
Hold on. Let's back up a little bit. So Shang Tsung abducts Sonya, takes her into this other realm.
Takes her into the cosmic butthole. We got it.
To the Emperor's castle, and they're talking to Raiden. Can Sonya beat Shang Tsung? Raiden's like, no.
She's a woman. Duh.
Oh no, the 90s.
Can we go to Outworld? Yes, but I can't. You can find another guide there. All right, that seems ominous.
Yeah, so they go through the galactic butthole and they show up and there's a little 2-foot tall guy with a white mushroom head with red dots and he's like, sorry Mario, the princess is in another castle.
That's exactly what happens in this movie.
Cuts the credits. Yeah.
But it kind of looks like New York and Escape from New York.
Ooh,
It's rough looking.
good call.
But no, we're taken to this, it's dark, this Outworld. It's a dark imperial city. And speaking of things that are dark and imperial, anybody? Okay.
I thought you were going to snap the beer open right there.
I don't actually have a snap. I have a growler fill of it, which will make a sound.
Yeah, we were ready for you to test your might, so we're just like, huh?
Just give me like a chuckle or something for that transition.
No.
All right, that's good enough. What I've got here today is Chocolate City from Eagle Rock Brewing Company. That's somewhere in Los Angeles. This is an 11% Imperial Stout. It tastes like a lot of chocolate. It's like Hershey's. It's thick. It is a thick boy.
That's a thick ass boy. Wow.
Yeah, lots of just Hershey syrup notes, honestly. Like, the more I drink of it, the more I don't like it. It finishes with, like, this almost metallic taste to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Tell me if I'm close. So, whenever you were making Nesquik as a kid and you would, like, stir it with a spoon and then you lick the spoon, but the spoon had that metal taste to it, and then you had some chocolate, too?
what it's more like is if you took, like, actual Hershey syrup and you dipped a spoon into it and were just like, I'm just going to stick this whole thing in my mouth. Close to that.
For some reason, like, chocolate with a metallic taste just reminds me of that big fucking cake from Matilda.
Ooh.
That cake looked good.
Yeah, it did. But I'll tell you, I got a whole growler fill of this.
That's a lot of chocolate milk, bud.
Better down that nest quickly.
No, I want to clarify. It is not like chocolate milk. It is like the actual syrup.
It's like I've lost control of my life feeling. I'm up at 2 a.m. in the fridge. I'm just going to have like a slurp of this syrup.
Oh, man. Yeah, like
I've
you're just
been there.
desperate for something sweet and you just tip it up.
Yeah.
100% been there. That's what it's like, but if it was like a quarter vodka.
Ugh, that does not sound appealing.
Yeah.
Is that one of the ones that you'll be like, will not drink again?
I won't get it again. Straight up, I won't get it again. And like upon my initial drink of this, like my first couple sips, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I gave this a pretty high rating on Untappd. I want to go back.
Oh no!
Like a glass and a half into this, I need to go back and change it.
Like when he started is like right where he found the porn that he wanted, and now he's at the part where he's already finished and the video's still going. So he's just like, oh god.
Yeah. Then the midget shows up.
What do you mean shows up? She was there the whole time.
What do you mean she?
Oh god, it's the Lollipop Gang.
All right, so
You got a segue for that one there, buddy?
speaking of spitting acid, I don't know.
Speaking of not touching some nuts, the first thing Liu Kang does is grabs this big fucking invisible monster by the nuts, and he's like, "There, we were being followed the whole time."
Since they got to this island, Shang Tsung has been having Reptile, and I use Reptile in parentheses, follow Princess Katana and Liu Kang, just to scope out what they're doing. Reptile in this has been like this actual sort of reptile. He's like a chameleon dinosaur kind of thing. I don't know.
Like you're giving him this like description like reptile and thing, but really it's just like a CGI abortion. It looks really, really bad. Like, 90s CGI can get bad, right? Like Spawn, oof.
Yeah.
But man, for some reason, this effect alone is so diarrhea. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it just looks so unappealing.
It looks like if someone tried to render Gex, and then they told, "Hey, that looks too much like Gex. We're gonna get sued. Fuck it up a bunch." And he's like, "You fam."
Not just change it a little, fuck it up a bunch. Yeah. Liu Kang takes that and throws it into like a skeleton of some type. I don't know how this works.
Okay, so he throws it into a statue that's got like a person in it that somehow eats him with a tentacle and becomes Reptile as we know and love him.
What's the science behind that?
I do not know. Now, here was the question I wanted to pose to you guys. If you throw something in it, is this also how they created Sub-Zero and Scorpion? Did they throw perhaps a scorpion into this thing? Did they throw an ice cube into this thing?
Well, I'll tell you, like, Scorpion honestly doesn't have anything to do with a scorpion.
Well,
It's like fire and it's got this little thing that comes out of it. Scorpions don't have that.
Well, now you got me thinking, like, did somebody, like, trip and fall on their way from the ice machine? Or did, like, O'Shea Jackson just, like, fucking just wind up in, like, the netherworld or whatever?
No, Shang Tsung was just walking by and accidentally dropped his bomb pop on a hot summer day.
But that's what I'm saying. With these statue creature transformation things, couldn't you just make an army of badass fucking ninja things? Like, if I knew that I threw that little squiggly reptile monster in there, it would make an even cooler reptile monster guy who could fight for me. Wouldn't you just have like 20 of those running around?
Well, I mean, they do get like 3 more later on. Not in the movie, but in the game series. You got, like we said, Smoke, there's Ermac, Rain, and Noob Saibot. I mean, he doesn't just stop at those 3.
Yeah, Noob's the man. Someone put a cigarette in there, made smoke. But yeah, he fights Reptile, and this is actually a really cool fight scene. This is one of the few really cool fight scenes. He does the fucking bicycle kick, y'all. He's like,
yeah.
It's just like really close shots of like just their faces, like their reaction, so it's kind of just whack.
There's a few good bits in this, and by me saying this is a cool fight scene, I don't mean it's fucking amazing. I just mean there's actually something happening in it, as opposed to 90% of the other fight scenes where it's like, fight, and cut. What'd you do?
Like, this isn't an actual battle at all. This isn't in the tournament. They're just fighting, and Johnny Cage is just like chilling outside or something.
He just disappears for like the next 10 minutes of the movie. So the assumption is like he lent no hand whatsoever. He just stood there just like, huh, those fucking sunglasses.
Yeah, none at all. Yeah.
Thinking about it. Now, Liu Kang defeats and kills by stomping Reptile. And all of a sudden, Katana comes out of fucking nowhere with this line: "Liu Kang, you're learning."
Learning
is he
what?
to
Like,
kill?
just to murder, straight up murder. But it's just like, at this point, well, actually, the whole movie, it's just like this. It tries to build momentum out of nothing. So it's like this thing, then this thing, then this thing, then this thing. But there's no real connective tissue anywhere.
Dude, you want to talk about no connective tissue? It's literally the next set piece. It jumps to, again, a really cool set. There's like an ascending staircase. The floor is the Mortal Kombat dragon. It looks really neat. Sonya Blade is now a slave, and she looks like Kelly Bundy. And Shang Tsung, give me a kiss. And she's like, no, I'm not going to give you a kiss. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll go tell Shao Kahn. And he's going to leave. And all of a sudden, Johnny Cage goes, her friends are already here, bro. And they were secretly some monks.
But let's take into account they went through all this effort to get these disguises, only to blow their own cover right at the end.
Instantly. But how did they get them? How did they know it would work? It makes no fucking sense. Like, they even knew where to stand.
Maybe it didn't even take that much effort. Maybe there's just a closet with those costumes. Katana lives there. She probably knows.
Rule number 7, the hoodie guys are cool.
Shang Tsung's just standing over there and goes, all right, I need 10 monks. Hurry it up. It was dumb. And he's like, guess what? I'm Liu Kang, and I challenge you. And he's like, okay. Mortal Kombat!
Bam, 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 bam.
Okay, I don't know how the bracket for this tournament goes down.
It does.
Johnny Cage hasn't lost yet. Sonya Blade hasn't lost yet, although she's only had to fight one fight. Liu Kang is on like fight number 3 or something. Who's the organizer for this tournament? I want to see the bracket.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even a tournament. Like, defined tournament. There isn't like, you advance. Okay, now you fight him because he advanced. No, it's just, I pick you to fight.
It's obviously single elimination. When are we going to have to see, like, Johnny Cage versus Sonya?
That wouldn't make sense, because why would Earthrealm even fight itself if it's, for the sake of Earthrealm?
No, well...
Oh, good point. At this point, like, after everything's said and done, it's just gonna be like, winner, Miss Veronica won.
So, this fight takes off, and it's got that fucking bumping, bomb-ass song, jamming hard. And I don't even know if the start of this fight is actually good, or if I'm just into it because that fucking song is bumping.
They did a good job on that.
No, it's 100% the theme. Like, for sure.
But no, I do think this is a good, like, solid, choreographed fight.
Okay.
It's serviceable. Because, like, they get to that point where it's like, oh, there's, like, 3 parts to this thing, First you kind of rough up Shang Tsung, and, part 2 is like, oh, he's got his, like, little lackeys popping up everywhere, which pose 0 threat. And then
like 5 dead warriors that pops out, and they're like, you've got like a Tibetan, you've got a samurai warrior, and like a Manchurian guy. You've got like 5 different genres.
I said fucking Genghis Khan is there.
You got like 5 different sort of types of Chinese warriors, and they all pop up, and they go 5-on-1 against Liu Kang, all with weapons, and they all just like, they give no resistance at all.
See, they have a really cool fight style. It's called "Let's all rush them one at a time,"
and one hit kills us.
Well, Katana says, step 1, you have to defeat your enemy. Evidently, his enemy is 5 dead warriors that he's never met, from 1,000 years ago.
Mm.
The next step is question marks, and then step 3 is profit.
Yes. Yes. Glad we were on the same page there, Chan.
So he goes up the steps, and we've got this showdown against Shang Tsung, and before you know it, Shang Tsung is back to being his brother. He just transmorphs into
oh my god,
Liu Kang's brother.
Like, dude came all this way, and he even transformed in front of him. How is it anywhere near applicable at this point? How does he fall for it?
Like, dude, I already know what your powers are. You can channel the souls of the people that you have killed. my brother is dead by your hands, and you want me to think he's right in front of me? Come on.
You're not Shang. It was Shang all along. Jinkies! It's just, come on.
But like I know what's there, so he can like fight his inner demon and realize like he's not at fault for his brother's death. But like whatever.
Yeah, he says, Chan, or Shang Tsung as Chan says, like, I forgive you for letting me die. Come with me. Like, come on, come die. The water's fine. It's actually pretty cool in death.
We all fit down here.
And he kind of has that moment where he's like, maybe. No.
And then he transforms back, and Liu Kang beats the fuck out of him.
Hey,
Yeah, at that point, it's not really much of a fight. It's just Liu Kang beating the shit out of the boss.
Yeah, and then he hits him with his double fist fireball.
Yeah, he falls down onto those spikes which came out of nowhere, and he turns into like a buffalo wing.
it's the fucking what was his name? Akhenaten or some shit from the Mummy.
Yeah, he turns into something just like I mean, like his corpse doesn't even look like the actual body he was in. They're just fucking weird.
This one's teriyaki style.
Oh, but he dies, and they're like, "Yay!" Soul Spire comes out, and he's like, "Bye bye, brother," and he's like, "Bye bye, brother," and then hard cut to a parade and everyone hugging and Raiden going, "You mortals are fucking crazy."
Yeah.
With his hoagie.
Like, Raiden's supposed to be this, like, this great and powerful being, but his accent is so, like, you gotta be kidding me! Yeah, I don't know.
That's because he, like, Christopher Lambert? Is that his name? Yeah, like,
I believe it's pronounced Lambert.
well, like, fuck him. Like, he wasn't trying.
No, but suddenly a storm cloud rolls in because we can't go out on a high note, and it's like, look, it's Shao Kahn, and we're gonna have to defend Earthrealm against him because he doesn't give a fuck that he lost. Grr. And his voice was goddamn Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. And
You bloody fools! I've come for your souls!
it was so fucking bad. Like, even the sequel bait was bad.
Dude, it's exactly like the end of Super Mario Brothers. Where just like Daisy kicks down the door, he's like, go guys, fuck it. You know, whatever, it's stupid.
Yeah. But all being said, like, I do love this movie. As much as there is to shit on, I love this movie and will always love it. It's a lot of fun. And it does deserve better, and hopefully it'll get that. Because they are making not a sequel, but like a reboot, from what I hear. And I'm looking forward to it, but I'll always love this movie.
I've been giving this movie shit this entire time we've been talking about it, but like, I have to agree, it's bad, but it's like pseudo charming, and you just have to be in the mindset of like the kid who's been playing Mortal Kombat, and like, oh shit, there's a movie, and you go see it, and though it's not perfect, it has enough hallmarks to just like kind of like get you excited and watch the whole thing.
I was super pumped to rewatch this. You know, I fondly remembered this film, but you know, honestly, it can't stand up to a critical eye, and I tore it apart. I think I ruined this movie for myself. I do not want to watch it again. It did have, like you said, those hallmarks, those little pieces where, like, yeah, like Kano and, you know, the bicycle kick and some things like that. It all worked out. So I'll just say the positives. It's got some fucking amazing sets. That bumpin' ass song is worth it. It's got 2 decent fights. Kano's really fucking cool. And by God, it is so much better than the second one.
On that note, that's Mortal Kombat with a K from 1995. If you have any strong feelings about the movie or the podcast, leave it in the comment sections below.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure to hit that little bell icon too, so you know next time we've got another one of these brewing.
Follow us on all of our social media accounts. We got a bunch of them. We got that Instagram. We got that Twitter. We got that Facebook. We got that Reddit. Follow us, or we'll make you watch Mortal Kombat 2. You don't want that.